Thirsty Thursday.
I almost just said it was Wednesday.
What was that?
There you go.
Almost.
Just in case anybody wants to know how we are, Luke thinks it's Wednesday.
I do think it's Wednesday,
We're doing
actually.
well.
So we're doing this tasting without Ross today.
Ross, you're not in
He just
shock.
made a
You're
big
not in shock.
Get on target. Yeah.
Oh, hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Handy Sandy, of course.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. So how's everyone's week been?
Oh,
Mine's been fabulous, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting what day it is, so I'm just all over the place.
Actually, saying my week is sensational is kind of a bit passé, really, because like this virus thing took a turn for the worse this week, didn't it? We thought we knew what we were doing, and now we've gone west somehow.
Yeah.
So
South.
is that right? Well, just everyone wash your hands for crying out loud. Whatever you do, don't kiss everybody.
Don't kiss your grandma.
Well, that's right.
Well, it's yeah.
A bit tough for me to kiss my grandma.
Okay, what are we doing today?
Luke's snorking. Alright, come on, let's start again.
Tempranillo!
Yay!
Lovely, lovely.
Now, why is it pronounced Tempranillo, not Tempranillo?
You can call it Tempranillo if you want. It's a Spanish word. It's a Spanish grape.
Ooh.
So we get Ponce and pronounce it the Spanish way, Tempranillo.
Ooh.
We say it the way they say it because they bloody well made it.
There you go.
That's a good idea. No, indeed. Well, what is there to know about Tempranillo? How is it made? What sort of climate?
Jerry Watts is watching from Poowong East, where we got a
Woo,
delivery in 24 hours.
Yeah, nicely done.
It took us 10 days to get to Fish Creek, but
Hi Liz. Carmen. Woo.
who else?
So yes, what's the story about Tempranillo? Sorry, I interrupted.
Tempranillo, Spanish grape variety grown in the region of Rioja, which is why
Predominantly.
predominantly, but it's that was close. But a fairly warm climate kind of grape. Hence being planted in places like Australia because it likes that kind of Luke.
Sorry. In case you didn't notice, we're standing up this week, not sitting down.
And we're all a bit confused.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm used to
getting back to Tempranillo.
Yeah.
Yes, grown in Spain, predominantly, where it's from. It likes sort of warm, arid sort of sites. Looking up at the camera, that's right.
What kind of soil are we talking about?
Oh, I reckon it's pretty shaly and pretty poor quality, really, is what it likes.
Cool. I just thought I'd ask this.
Sloping hillsides,
Sloping
rocky.
hillsides, yeah, okay.
Luke,
Pretty-
last time you were in a Spanish vineyard,
What was it like?
what was it like?
I don't remember. What I do remember, however, was being at Vinexpo in Hong Kong and speaking to a Spanish winemaker. She was talking about her
Okay.
vineyard in Spain and was talking about the different soils and grapes. And she said that she had quite slaty soil.
Shaly soil.
soil.
Yeah, and Tempranillo would love it.
But that's the thing, she wasn't growing Tempranillo, and she said, oh, it's strange that we're not growing Tempranillo in this soil. I went, oh, wow. As
That's
someone
a
who
strange
knows
one.
absolutely nothing about Tempranillo.
Hi Christine.
Bit
Hi
Bit of
Glenn.
information
Thanks
about
very much-
dirt.
Thanks very much for my birthday present. For those of you who haven't tried Levrier by Joe Irvine, they're very nice wines, and Glenn sent me some. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Joe
So,
Irvine.
which wine are we starting with before you actually start guzzling?
The Impressionist.
The Impressionist.
So who's this one by?
Where's it
Is
from?
it Millen Wines?
South.
Millen Wines in South Australia.
Mm.
Beautiful.
So, yeah.
So South Australia has a good climate for that sort of thing.
Yeah, look, Tempranillo is sort of grown in Spain, roughly where Grenache is grown as well. Sometimes it's even blended with a bit of Grenache.
Okay.
We might talk about that.
Yeah,
Going
yeah,
down
it's
the
sort of
line.
like it's in Italy it'd be Sangiovese, in Spain it's Tempranillo.
Mm.
There you are. No, fantastic.
Interesting.
You know, and it sort of responds to the soil and the climate pretty well. You know.
No, beautiful.
But it's been planted in Australia, and people have been playing around with as long as Sangiovese's been around, so like 20, 30 years, but it never really gets the accolades I think it deserves. In fact, I mean, there's some pretty decent wines out there, but there's just not a lot of them.
Yeah, okay.
Interesting. So what are we getting on the nose, Russ? Before we jump to
I was
drinking.
going to put it up my nose.
I'm definitely getting like a bit of woody muskiness on the nose.
Definitely.
Is there hints of cherries there? Sour cherries?
Like I'm getting dark, like really dark Moreno black cherries and
Currants and...
yeah, currants is a good bet. I'm also
Oh.
getting a subtle tobacco-iness to it.
And we didn't do the colour. So it was good ready purple.
Dark. It's pretty dark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still not opaque. It's
No.
nice.
Liz has said a pretty ruby red. That is
Yep.
a good way to put
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we'll go with Liz's idea on that one.
There's also like a quite a fresh smell that I can't
This is
quite.
like green smell. Is that what
Yeah,
you're getting?
that's what I'm kind of getting.
That's what I was getting too. If somebody said this was, is this grown in Australia? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. South
getting,
Australia.
I'm getting that. I'm getting that sort of not eucalypt, but that native
That minty
sort of
sage.
of
Is it
bush.
is it more a sage sort of rosemary kind of?
Sage, yeah, it's almost sagey.
maybe.
It's like a leafy.
Yeah, I'm getting sagey
something-
kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to delve into the palate.
Beautiful.
It's more of it on the palate. Sometimes that's anywhere from eucalypt to olives.
It's quite soft.
Okay.
Not eucalypt, but now I'm getting.
Mm.
Maybe it is that olive leaf kind of flavour.
I'm definitely getting a bit of oliviness.
Christina said almost like a mossy smell. Bit of moss.
Now as someone, I don't know much about Tempranillo, so I did a bit of searching and research today. And it was saying that there was a very interesting discussion to be had about the pH levels in the soil often affect Tempranillo very heavily and can make a salty wine, which I did not know was a thing. So I'm wondering if that
Salty wine.
olive sort of flavour.
This is not salty, but I can see whether you could get to that. I can see how you would think that.
No, I'm not saying this per se is salty, but I think if I'm smelling things like olives and things like that, it might be heading down that sort of path.
It's
So,
going with a cheese board and some thinly sliced meat and cheese and things like that for me.
That's
Well,
what
some-
Vivian's pairing it with.
some olives and some ham on and some cheese.
That's it.
That's what we're doing.
That's it.
I think this could take quite a interesting, like almost like a surpresa, sort of like a fatty
Yeah.
salami
Yeah.
would be really nice.
Well, that hamon's really, the fat on that's really rich.
It's got a really interesting muskiness to it as well.
Liz says she likes the tannins, and I agree with you. They're nice and soft, though.
Yes.
They're not. It's
There is-
It's not too...
There's an interesting
Were
sort
you
of.
going to say it tastes lighter than it smells? Is that what you were sort of getting to before?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what else. Well, no, because like the mouthfeel. So originally it's very soft, but then it's sort of... Then it produces the tannins after that, I suppose.
It's not unstructured, is it? It's got
No,
quite a structure.
yeah.
And I'm getting that
Certainly.
again. That almost prunes in the middle palate.
Prunes.
Yeah.
I'm not quite getting prunes.
No.
You getting prunes, Vivian?
Bit of prune? I get that.
Yeah. It's sort of,
I get that.
Christine, of course, has gone right over the top and said it's lovely with cold smoked Havarti cheese.
Yeah.
Or Manchego, thank you, Liz, who is eating Spanish cheese with the Spanish
Ah.
wine.
Very
Oh,
well done.
actually, if
Well
we're going to
done.
go, I would even go as far to say an Iberico cheese, which I love.
Buy an Iberico hamon,
Yeah,
if you can afford it.
which no one can.
Paula said soft, dark cherries.
Yeah.
yep.
That's a very good point.
Yum.
Delicious. Fantastic. Well, that's what
I'm wondering if I'm going to like the others more or less than this. That's what I'm trying to.
I'm curious to see what
Well,
the
we will
Australians
never
look
we
like.
will
Yeah.
never know until we open them up. Like,
Indeed.
Why don't we do it?
why don't we?
Bish
Beautiful.
bash bosh.
So now we're moving on to the Brown Brothers.
Which I think has got a very gorgeous label.
I
didn't
really
realise-
like the label,
I
yeah.
didn't realise it was Brown Brothers. It stopped having that.
I
big
don't
logo.
like this label.
Really?
Who is the painting by, ladies and gentlemen?
It's a painting by.
What's no?
Do you want to tell me, Russ?
No.
Isn't it meant to be inspired by Picasso? Did you say?
It's meant to be inspired by Picasso. I heavily dislike it because the colours are wrong and they've edited it a bit.
Sorry.
Oh, so it's not Picasso-y enough.
I thought we were doing doing wine tasting, not art critique.
You mentioned the label, and I
like
think
it.
it is an edited artwork of an artist I don't like.
Paul wants to know how much the.
I'm just putting them in.
Oh, you're sorry.
Yeah.
The Impressionist, $16.95, Paul.
I'm just popping it in. Yeah.
Oh, you going to type it out?
Yeah.
And I suppose we have a special price for our tasting people, so it's probably less, about 14, 15. But retail's $16.95.
Oh, that's
But yes, the Brown Brothers.
different.
Whereabouts are Brown? This one grown.
This one is
Central Victoria.
Central Victoria.
I think it's probably grown in Heathcote, isn't it?
Millawa.
No? Okay.
Can't say I know where that is.
It's not really simple.
Long time.
Long time.
Yeah.
Have they been doing
Ooh.
Tempranillo a while?
They make one of
They
everything.
first made a reserve cellar door Tempranillo about 30 years ago, in fact.
Yeah, okay.
It used to be about $30, $40 a bottle. It used to come with a pale, that parchment kind of label with the logo on the top.
Didn't Brown Brothers used to claim that they had the longest tasting bar in the world?
Oh, like a cellar door.
Yeah.
They did it. They did.
They did,
for
it went like it was in bays, so it went like that up at Mellower. It's quite impressive.
Oh, as in
Whoa.
long. Oh, I thought you were saying like longest serving.
No,
Not as in
no,
like
no,
longest
no,
in
no.
length.
Get into the
Longest in
nose.
Oh,
length.
sorry, I've got to do it properly.
And I think it was overtaken by
Colour?
the Dubbo working man.
Colour's good.
Hang on.
Oh, this one is
a
deeper.
bit darker.
Yeah,
It's
darker.
a bit darker.
You can't actually see through that one.
No, this is almost.
Oh,
The
Wow.
smell on this is really quite different.
it is. It's amazing.
I'm getting a bit of pepper.
Yeah, that sageness is, that sage flavour's still there though.
Smoked pork with pepper and sage.
I'm getting like a
I got something then, but I can't remember what it was.
yeah. I'm struggling to get. There's a sweeter smell in here that's
Yeah.
Is that mulberry or raspberry?
mulberry. I think not raspberry. Raspberry's a bit tartar, like a bit different. Yeah, mulberry. Maybe even like a fresh blackberry, like a
It's
tart
smoky.
blackberry.
It's got a smoky. Is that right? Is what I'm getting?
Yeah, there's a bit of smokiness
It's much sweeter, this one.
on the nose. Yeah. I'm gonna give this a little bit of air. I think.
Mulberry, and maybe even, this might seem odd, but almost a hint of rose petal or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh, at the end.
Yeah.
A little bit of a
I get
floral
that.
note.
Wow, that's really, really interesting because it starts out with the spicy, sagey stuff and then sort of drifts into the other sweeter notes. It's quite...
See, I get a lot of the sweetness of this nose. There's something else which there's a subtle bit of muskiness.
Yeah, Liz is saying much richer and more fruit driven, this one.
Yep.
I'm struggling to pinpoint that one fruit flavour that's in there. Is anyone else
Is it
getting?
plums?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it could be plum.
Blood plum.
Oh, I love plums.
Are you getting any plum out of this, Ross?
Yeah, I'd be thinking more Satsuma plum because it has that slight green edge to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that
This
at all.
one stumped me. I can't think of what it is.
Oh, this is really interesting. Particularly because I'm not someone who drinks a lot of Tempranillo.
There you go. That's the idea.
I'm going to delve into the palate because I can't actually put my finger on.
Mm.
What it is.
Wow.
Oh, there's a bit of chocolatiness on that palate.
Mm.
Really smooth mouthfeel.
Definitely.
at the
Like
front.
dark chocolate. I'm definitely getting some blood plum.
Christine makes the comment that it smells tartar than it tastes.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you're right, Vivian, there's a bit of pepperiness on the back.
I'm almost getting slightly floral at the end.
That's that rose petal thing I think Ross was talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out what it is. It's not,
But it's not
rose
rose.
petal, but it's like that. It's kind of just like, it's just a lifted...
Mm. Almost like, not violet-y.
Could be violet.
Could be.
Yeah,
Could
that's
be.
not far off,
Yeah,
Violet.
that could be it.
Oh, no, it is. It's totally violet.
Has it violet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Fresh violets. Very specific for everyone at home. Sorry. We grow violets quite prolifically, so I know what they smell like. And I had a customer come in last week, and we were talking about violet liqueur, and he thought we were talking about...
The colour
And he
violet.
said, what does it taste like? Purple. And I didn't quite clue onto what was going on. And I realised that some people only know the word violet as a colour, not knowing it's a flower. So
But
You
then
actually tried to make violet liqueur at home.
I
one day.
did make violet liqueur. It was
Oh.
bloody good, actually.
Correction, I did.
It was a beautiful colour, but the colour didn't last for a very
No, it went brown very quickly.
Yeah, you've got to get the right sort of levels.
Violet
Like
liqueur looks
preserving
particularly
it.
awful if it's not violet in colour.
Yeah, you've got to get the
You were
right
like, that's not violet.
alcohol, sugar, and violet concentrations to get it all. Anyway, beside the point. Yeah, the violet on the nose is coming through now.
I think there's a sort of hint of geraniums as well.
Yeah.
Geraniums.
See, this for me is a bigger piece of meat kind of wine,
Yeah.
Slightly.
whereas the other one
Bolder.
was sort of a tapacy, nibbly bit kind of
That's a
wine.
very good point. Yes.
This one is a bit bigger. This one could handle
I think
quite spicy stuff, I think.
spicy, hardcore red meats, it could hold up because it's quite gutsy.
I reckon some venison.
Yeah.
That's for you, Jerry Watts.
Venison or wild boar. I reckon that'd be the go.
Now, what does wild boar taste like when it's at home, Russ?
Oh, they're the ones that walk out of the Supreme Court with the big...
You're saying they're not very interesting.
No, I'm only joking. Wild boar. What does wild boar taste like? Oh, it tastes like a scruffy pig.
I think I had.
We had wild boar exactly this time last year with Melbeck in Cahors on a little
I
boat.
cooked it on a boat.
And it was great. Anyway,
Anyway, that's a whole nother
let's
story.
not go back there.
Yes,
Yes,
please.
please.
Let's go back there.
Let's
not
go back
now.
there.
And thus we digress.
Hmm.
Yeah, is it gardenia almost? I don't know. It's like
Oh yeah, actually,
Well,
It's
Christine
good one.
was saying
It's that
African
green
violets, which
floral.
I think is quite a different smell to violets.
pardon?
Luke's got it. There's a gardenia on it.
It's that green floral sort of smell that you get from almost gardenia.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
What was
I'm onto it.
What
I'm
was-
agreeing. I mean,
Christine
Yeah,
was
my
saying she
choice.
loves the smell of violets. Her mother used to grow African violets, and I think of African
Ah.
violets having quite a different smell. I
Mm.
think they've got that green floral smell you're talking about compared to the violets we're talking about, which are the little smaller ones.
There was a conversation about violets we had a couple of weeks ago, and I found out what kind of violets that grow in Australia are called, and I've forgotten.
great.
Jerry says, oh dear, it would go with deer.
I like that.
Hello, Rachel.
Bambi.
I'm going to open this one while
Where's
Beautiful.
Bambi?
What's that you've got in your hand, Luke?
it's a bottle opener. It's a corkscrew.
Beautiful. Now with Tempranillo, for people that may not have sample packs and whatnot, what other wines would you say are quite similar?
To Tempranillo.
Yes.
Ooh.
Can go a couple of ways.
I reckon I'd draw a flavour triangle and put Pinot, Grenache, Sangiovese, and put it sort of smack bang in the middle of it.
Smack bang in the middle. Yeah, okay.
That's what I'd.
I
that's
get
what
a
I'd
little
take.
bit of Pinot.
Yeah, but I also get a bit of the Sangiovese because of the spiciness and the thing, and I also get a bit of the Grenache with the fruity side. So it's kind of like in that kind of mix.
Yeah, okay.
But you wouldn't need to blend it up because you've already got it blended. It's just as it is.
Done. Dansky. Now, the next one that we are trying, that one is
Is Spanish.
Spanish. Beautiful. Do we know whereabouts or what region in Spain? We do not.
No, the region is called Rioja.
Oh, there you go.
There's 3 sub-parts of Rioja.
That was a nice pop.
Can I get someone else to pour that?
You may.
I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah. I don't know why there's 3 sub-parts to Rioja, but
There just is.
there just is.
No problem. Beautiful. Well, I'm excited about this one. I don't think I've ever drank any Spanish wine.
Thank you. Haven't you?
Ooh.
It's nice. Quite different. How different is that? Much drier.
Um,
Look at that parchment smell.
yes, Razor Premium
Yeah.
Tempranillo Rioja, or Rioja if you spell it our way.
Well, Rioja if you pronounce it.
Now-
the way the Spanish do.
This is a good question that Jen has asked, and I was asking before, probably about half an hour if I should open up the bottles. Do you not let Tempranillo breathe?
I've just seen that as well.
You could. I don't see any great need to though.
No? Okay. Well, because Carmen opened theirs half an hour ago.
Oh, that'd
But yes,
be fine.
I did ask that question, yeah.
I think sometimes with the lighter wines, you don't necessarily need as much air on them.
That's fair.
particularly because they're not.
These wouldn't suffer though.
No.
No.
An hour or so.
No, okay. But there wouldn't be any too much of a change?
Oh, but yeah, maybe.
This is quite a bit more. I don't know that it's more complex. It's just
Colour?
a completely.
Black.
No, it's not the
That's
same as the
halfway-
last
it's
one.
halfway
between.
And
Halfway
they're
between
slightly
the last
more...
I was reading some tasting notes, not on these ones particularly, but on different Tempranillos, and there were a couple of things that I haven't seen yet until this one, which is that tobacco-y smell.
Tobacco. I was
Not just
thinking of
smokiness, but actual-
parchment. You know, there's a dry smell to it. Maybe that's the tobacco. Do you want to move
I'm
back
getting-
in, Luke?
Yeah,
No, I don't know.
Luke,
I'm getting, but definitely get the violets on this one, even the African violets.
I can't take it out of my head, but it kind of reminds me of a polish that I've used sometimes
Furniture polish.
on a shoe.
A shoe polish.
Yeah.
This just smells like tobacco to me. Like a fresh.
You're not getting any fruit at all. You're not getting sort of that.
I'm getting sort of dried raisins and cranberries.
Cranberries.
Dried cranberries.
Cranberries.
Cranberries. Yeah.
Cranberries.
Cranberries.
Specifically dried cranberry.
You've been polishing your shoes with cranberries.
Cranberries and tobacco. It keeps
Just
it
the colour.
nice and red. Okay.
Yeah.
There is a
Ooh.
little.
Get that on
Almost like the tiniest teeny bit of mint, or it's not maybe mint, but it's that sort of.
It's that same thing that we're talking about, the sage olive leafy thing with the other ones. It's the same. That's what's in there. It's kind of the.
Oh wow, that's got
Something.
great. Great.
This
after
is
taste.
a totally different wine.
Yeah.
Now, Rioja. Let's talk
Well,
about
that's
Rioja.
spicy.
Okay. What to say about Rioja?
What does Rioja mean?
Rioja's like Champagne. It's a region within Spain.
Ha. Now, does Rioja have to be Tempranillo?
No, but it has to be about 80 to 90% Tempranillo, depending on which of the three sub-regions it comes from.
Correct.
Oh, boy, I didn't know I was a mastermind, Luke.
Well, I was reading it because I've always thought Rioja was
100% Tempranillo.
mostly Tempranillo, but you can get a Rioja that has no Tempranillo in it if it's from certain regions. Yep. And you can also get a white Rioja.
Oh, yeah, that
Yes,
makes sense.
And one of the things that
Well,
goes into Rioja that's not Tempranillo
It's usually Grenache.
is usually Grenache. And I was reading there's that Rioja has
A white Grenache.
a white Grenache, which is quite prominent.
Yes.
So some really interesting wines sort of
Beautiful.
going on.
I scored a white Grenache about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
You don't see it very often, are you?
No, I definitely went out of my way to get some, because when I started reading about white Grenache, I thought, I've never had that. I'll need to track
Didn't
some
sell it
down.
though. You just drink it all.
Yeah, I didn't sell any. I drank it.
How awful.
I know.
Oh.
But
So-
it does specifically say that this is 100% Tempranillo, this Rioja.
Ah,
So,
there you go. Now, what are we thinking on the palate? The tannins, like, the mouth feels very different.
it's
Because all the other ones, it's been quite smooth to begin with, and then it intensifies. Whereas this one, it's straight off the ball.
these ones I found were quite light and fruit at the front, tannic at the back.
Mhm.
Quite soft.
This is almost
This-
the other way around.
This is almost the other way around and gives you that sort of rich, velvety,
Quite spicy up front.
spicy.
Spicy up front.
Yeah.
Very spicy up front.
It could handle some quite serious spice in the food.
I'm going back to the Manchego cheese.
Well, I think this
Yeah.
I think because of the dryness, this needs fat. I think this needs cheese,
Fat or something.
Pork.
Or
This could be really
Yeah,
good
well,
with
then
spicy
that could
pork.
be the wild boar.
I'm back to the wild boar.
Wild
no,
boar.
the wild boar's not very fatty though.
Cassoulet.
Ah, now you're talking.
Nice fatty bit of pork
It's
with
French,
some
but never
beans,
mind.
but you know,
Beans.
Or an estofado.
yeah, an
Well,
estofado
there
would be
would
good.
have to be. There would have to be a Spanish version of cassoulet.
Well,
though.
estofados.
Bean stew with a bit of pork and some stuff chucked in.
Christine saying this one's quite smoky smelling. and
Yeah,
sort of
really
spicy.
smoky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Now it's interesting. There's a conversation to be had about Rioja, particularly, really specific about the fact that the wine has to be aged before it's sold. So to be a Rioja, it's got to be a minimum of 2 years.
Speaking of which, how old are all of these wines?
That's a 2017. That's a
Brown Brothers is
2018.
2018.
And this is a 2014.
2014.
There you go.
So Rioja specifically are made for aging. These ones might not be. So that change in palate might be
To do with the age.
to do with whether or not they're set up to be aged.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Colette's got the cassoulet waiting for the end of the tasting.
Oh,
Well done.
Colette,
We're
you
coming to your
genius.
we're coming to your place. I think we know where you live.
Okay, baby.
woohoo!
Yeah. Christine said this is really juicy. Am I the only one getting chocolate?
No, we're getting chocolate.
Yeah. Not the only one.
Like high cocoa percentage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she runs for the 90% lint.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's almost that subtle bitterness that you get from high cocoa.
Well, think about it. This wine we sell is one of our better selling wines. We sell quite a lot of this, so people are onto it.
I get it. I'm into it.
Would you? Yeah.
I like this a lot more than I like these two.
Well, that's interesting because I think Megan said she liked the Impressionist best. Be interested to hear what everybody likes. Actually, we were going to put a poll on, weren't we?
Actually, we started that off in the first few weeks of tastings where we went, okay, okay, Luke, what would you like to eat this with?
Ooh. Yeah, as I've said,
No,
like
he's done that cassoulet, he said.
fatty pork and beans.
Okay, now which is your favourite one of these wines?
That one. These ones taste like Pinot to me. I wasn't going to say it.
Eva, same question for you. What do you think you'd like to eat with that?
To eat with that, oh, I don't know. I'm terrible with pairing. Well, because also I don't eat a lot of meat, so I'm not going to put meat with it. So I'd probably
Cheese?
yeah, but I don't think I'd put cheese with it too either. This is just too difficult. Maybe
Celery.
some sort of
Peanuts.
pasta, tomato-y sort of thing,
Oh, yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah?
Maybe
Yeah, I
that
get
could
that.
be a terrible
Quite a strong
recommendation.
flavour
but
though.
Next
You want
big
it to have flavour.
question of these three, which is your favourite?
I'm going to go with the Impressionist as well.
The Impressionist as
Yeah.
well. Ooh, that's surprising. Vivian, which is your favourite?
I actually like all of them.
All of them.
Differently. I think I'm probably the Brown Brothers. I like, although we did actually drink a bottle of it the other day. I actually like the Brown Brothers. I think it's probably flexible.
I
think
I
we're
think
going in
the
the right
same.
order. I think that's the middle line. For me.
I
And it's not that I like it better than the others necessarily, but I can think of more things I would.
Well, so this is an entree Tempranillo, this is a main course Tempranillo, and this is a dessert Tempranillo?
No.
No?
I'm just saying I think it would go with. I think that the Brown Brothers Tempranillo would go with more
No, we could make it work though. We're going to have
the ham on and the
it's
cheese.
sort of an antipasto to start ham on and to start
Tapas,
off with.
tapas.
Then a nice big bit of steak or venison with this, and then we
Yes.
go back to some sort of a cheese plate
Oh,
at the end
okay.
with
Right.
some.
I disagree.
No,
I think you do an Italian thing. You do antipasto to start.
yeah,
Then you have like a small pasta dish in the middle.
oh,
And then you move
underneath.
on to your big meat ragu stew, sort of sit down and sort of
Paul
slug your way through
Paul
it.
likes the Impressionist too, but he liked all of them and stuff.
I'm not a huge fan of that in comparison to the others.
So which one's your favourite?
The
Everybody
razor.
said that. Which
The
one's
Rioja.
yours, Ross?
Okay, I like the razor too. I think it's. I mean, I like the other ones, but that's my favourite.
It's a different texture.
Yeah, I think this is a bit like this needs steak, rare steak or venison or.
Did you read Christine's comment about her contender for the Merlot?
No.
Oh, she said, I agree with Luke. I really enjoy them all, but the Rioja is my favourite. I think I have a contender against my beloved Merlot.
Ooh.
But more research is needed.
More research.
Oh,
of course.
how awful.
Christine is dedicating her palate to science.
Oh, it
Yeah.
has to be done. And Colette, yeah, she said the Brown Brothers is going very well with the cheese.
Yeah, yum.
No, I think...
I might go home and have a cheese board of my own with one of these wines.
Ooh,
I
that
do,
sounds
in
good.
fact, have some Iberico and Manchego and some Sorpresa in my kitchen. Just sitting in my fridge waiting for
Just
me.
waiting for you.
Yeah.
Was that planned? Was that accident?
No, I bought them last week and I forgot to eat them.
Well, there you go.
Not like you to forget to eat something.
Fantastic. Well, do you have any last comments on Tempranillo?
No,
I'm
I think there's.
pleasant-
I honestly think there's a lot of scope in Australia to grow some really good Tempranillo. You know, we've got onto the Grenache and the Sangiovese thing, and I think anywhere you can grow Grenache or Sangiovese, I reckon you can grow Tempranillo. I think there's plenty of room for improvement in I think we could produce a really
I think
fabulous
I like
Tempranillo.
Tempranillo better than Sangiovese. There you go. Cool.
Whoa.
I'm going to say I'm surprised. I was concerned, because I don't like Pinot, I was concerned that we're doing that light to medium bodied reds.
Yeah.
I was like, it might be a bit too...
Wussy?
No, I find it vinegary, because it's light
Okay, yeah,
and
yeah.
acidic.
Okay.
It's because I'm used to really dark, juicy, rich, spicy sort of...
So you like your
Red wines.
Sangiovese with a bit of Merlot or Cabernet in it?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
So I was a bit concerned it would go a bit light fruit acidity, sort of
Yeah, no.
Pinot-y.
Yeah.
But this Rioja's really... It's swung me.
Woohoo.
Changed
So,
people's opinions.
Yeah.
Well,
Rock and roll. That's what we're here for.
yeah, tasting, changing.
Rioja.
Speaking of tasting...
What's next week?
Woohoo.
Next
Wow,
week
next
we're
week.
doing Highland whiskey.
So I've got the Macallan 12 Sherry Oak. We've got the Glenfiddich 12. And the Highland Park 10.
And of course, you can get our little flights for these ones. So we've got some ready to go. So just let us know. Text me and let us know if you'd like to grab one of our flights. And then the week after,
Oh, this is the big
I'm
one. This
very
is the
excited.
exciting one.
we're doing Shiraz Gin. We're doing the 4 pillars, the 2 accents, and
Fossies.
good old Fossies. Beautiful. And so that event will be posted tomorrow, and yeah, all of that info will be there.
So
Fantastic.
if you want Shiraz Gin or whiskey next week, text us, call us, email us, smoke signal
Smoke
us.
signals are good. Yeah.
We don't actually accept carrier pigeons anymore. You can try though.
No, this would be good with grilled pigeon.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yikes.
feel free to
Do you think?
follow us on Facebook, like next week's event, and
And post all the photos that you've got. We like to see what you're doing at home, and you can win a tasting flight.
You can,
Yeah.
absolutely. The best photos of the week win. So do something special.
yeah.
Share it with all your friends. And
We'll see you next week.
See you next week for whiskey.
Cheers.
Woo! Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.